everybody, it's Stephanie from Nesting in Nashville, and I'm here today with your third quarter market report. So we've been dealing with a low inventory environment in Middle Tennessee for years and years. Finally, last summer, the inventory levels started to rise a little bit. Sellers started to dip their toe in the water and take advantage of the huge appreciations that we've seen in the past few years. Suddenly, buyers had a little bit more choice and a little bit more leverage, and sellers had to be a little bit more patient. But we went from an extreme seller's market to more of a slight seller's advantage. And that's the way the market has remained all of this season. But we saw yet another bump in this most recent quarter. Home values in general are up 8% year over year, and the third quarter saw 9% more sales in volume than it did during the same time last year. Those are both bigger numbers than we've seen in Q1 or Q2 of this year. Now, the reason that is relevant is because we find ourselves at this very moment in a little bit of a shortage. There was such an explosion in sales that we're short of inventory yet again now. So if you are a seller who's been considering getting into the market, it might be a good idea to consider doing it now instead of waiting until next spring. Another thing about next spring is it's going to be an election season, and everything feels a little bit more frenetic during an election season. People get nervous. When you look back on the stats, it always feels worse when you're in the middle of it than when you look back. It's hard to see a big dip. But know that if you're thinking about listing next spring, that's something that you may encounter. So if you have any questions about the real estate market, James and I are always here to help, and we hope to hear from you soon.